Hello everybody. So today it's just gonna be me for a few minutes. I'm gonna do my makeup routine. I get these questions all the time and I never really share much because I'm like, if there's anything I do not know about, it's makeup. But I have a makeup routine and you guys seem to like some of the things, so I'm just gonna show you what I do. But just know I don't really know what I'm doing, but it's what works for me. I don't even really wear a ton. I mean, maybe you can tell me, but I'm gonna link all these products. They're linked to my Like to Know It, but I'll put the link in the description, so if you guys want to check any of them out. They're great products. I mean, I see a lot of people using them. I just personally am not the best at like applying and stuff, and I've got a mix of like higher end, or not higher end, but more expensive than like drugstore. So I don't have a preference on that either. I kind of just go both. But while I do it, I'm gonna kind of talk about realistically when we want to have our next kid. If you guys follow us, I'm always talking about how I want to have one like right now, but we'll talk about it like realistically and gender, just all those things. And yeah, I also am breaking out, so we'll really get to see the concealer work today. I'm gonna put this headband on. I've got a mirror right here, and then I'm also gonna use like my little eyeshadow mirror. And if you hear noises, it's Taylor's in the shower, Miriam's in the bouncer, so she's kind of making some noises. Okay, I'm gonna start off with this Power Grip Primer by e.l.f. I'm gonna be honest, I've only been using this. My mom actually bought it and gave it to me. Before this, I was using the Putty Primer by e.l.f., this one, and I actually really liked that one, but then I kept seeing this like came back all over TikTok. Like I think e.l.f. took it away, but then they brought it back and everyone was freaking out. But I will be honest, it is a very sticky. Like I feel like I'm touching glue right now, but if it makes your makeup stay, then that's good. I think it works pretty well. I've only been using it just a little bit. Regardless, I do like the Putty Primer, and then this one's good. It's just aggravating. Like make sure you have a towel with you to like try to wipe your hand off because it's so sticky. Okay, so the first two products that I'll use, it's the Ilia Super Serum Skin Tint. It looks like this. This stinks. It does not, like stinks as in it smells bad. Great product, but it smells really bad. Some people like don't even use it because of how it smells. It's not, I just said it smells really bad, but it's doable. Like it's fine. It's because it's like all natural. But for reference, when I put it on, I use the color ST10, and then I mix it with the Drunk Elephant drops. They just like add some more color. I'll use these like by themselves some days when I don't want to wear makeup. But a dupe for this is the Lumi Glow drops. I have that in my Like to Know It also, but those are like $7 versus this is like 30 something, and both work really good. Okay, so I'll just put a little bit. Oh gosh, Mary Marin is in there talking, and then I'll add this just kind of on top of each of those spots. And this one's a little pricier, but I mean, it kind of lasts a while, so I think it's worth it, especially if it's like a product you really like. Okay, and this brush is from Tarte. I really like this brush, and that's what I use to just blend it all in. So if anyone's new here, let's talk about it. I have a 4-month-old baby, and she's a girl. We had her in November. We got pregnant right after our wedding last year. We got married in March, and if you know me, love babies. I want a whole bunch, and if Taylor would let me, I would have one right now, but there's also something else that's stopping that from happening. It's not just Taylor. Okay, before I keep talking, that's that. Super glowy. Also, I will say I use this sometimes too. I recently started using it. It's by e.l.f. It's the Halo Glow liquid filter. It's also kind of like a dupe, I feel like. It gives the glowy look and it's cheaper, so that's also a nice product. Okay, next up is concealer. I use the Shape Tape by Tarte. Okay, I use the creamy one. They have like 3 different options, but I like the creamy one. So I have 2 different colors. I use like a brighter one under my eyes, and then I use like this one that's more similar to my skin tone on like my blemishes. Sometimes I'll use that darker one all over, but if I want like a brighter under eye, I'll do this, and then I kind of just decide where I want to put it when I'm doing it. But those are the only places that I'll put it if I decide to put it everywhere. Okay, so back to the baby talk. Taylor's not necessarily stopping us from having any, but you know, he's a little bit more normal and is like, we just had a baby, maybe we should wait a little bit. And I'm just kind of over here like, really? Are you sure? Like I said though, there is something else that's stopping. You know, in order to have a baby, you have to restart your menstrual cycle, we'll say that. And I have not, and I know people get pregnant on accident because they think they haven't started their period, but they like ovulate before their period, all that. And so it's definitely always a possibility, but I have not started that back yet. I'm 4 months postpartum, and if you like strictly breastfeed, it stops you from having your period, or that's what people say. It does for the most part, but you can't like fully count on that. But that's why I haven't gotten it back, I assume. So they say around 6 months, like when a baby starts eating food and breast milk, they'll start eating less breast milk, so you'll produce less, so then it kind of triggers your period to come back. So I'm thinking maybe around 6 months, but it could take longer, and so of course until that comes back, there's really no option to get pregnant. Okay, next I'm gonna use the, I don't know how to say it, Huda Beauty. It's the setting powder in color Pound Cake. I really love this stuff. It's always so messy, but okay, I'll take like one of these little brushes and I'll just kind of dab it in there. And this is what I'll use under my eyes because it just like fits so good right there. And I just kind of pat it in there. And then this one. So that I'll do that. And I don't really let it, I just said it's called setting powder, but I don't really let it sit. I kind of just go ahead and like press it in and blend it out. And that gives you good coverage. I'll kind of bring it down right here in these creases. And then I'll take this big brush. It's by e.l.f., but oh my gosh, I love it, y'all. e.l.f. is just like, e.l.f. is good. And then I'll just put this everywhere else on my face. But anyways, it's kind of funny because I'll keep joking. I'm like, I've never wanted a period to come back so much in my life. You know, girls never say that. But in this case, I'm like, please.
Special delivery.
Donuts. Taylor's mom just dropped off us donuts. She made them, so we're gonna do a taste tester. Thank you. Actually tastes similar to those ones we had. Okay, next I'll use the Dibs Beauty Stick. I have a couple, but my favorite is this one in 5.5. Also like this one in Pink Cosmos. But I'm gonna go with the 5.5. So one side is like a little bronzer and then one is like a blush. Now I've always had trouble with like liquid makeup because it just doesn't blend as easy for me, but you can draw it on. I've noticed that if I like just take the brush and do this, I can get it to blend easier, and this is the Dibs brush also. So I just kind of lightly do this. I'll still use like a powder on top, but this kind of just gives it a little bit more. And I go up here my forehead, right here, and then kind of on the side. I'll do my nose and then under here. And then the blush, it's so pretty. Okay, and this is the powder bronzer that I'll use. It's in shade Deep Bronzer, but I'll just put it right on top. I'm still using that Dibs brush. It's like a two-sided. And then Dibs powder blush in Spice Gal. That's the color. I'll just take it and put it on top of the liquid blush. I love this stuff. I'll do like a little on my nose. Okay, and then brows, I use this e.l.f. It is $3, y'all, and I'll always use this. I love it. However, I'm literally out, so my brows are gonna look really bad. But I use the color Blonde. It's the lightest shade. I know, you're probably wondering why, but you know, eyebrows, I don't like them to be too dark, and it looks really good when I use this color, so. So anyways, baby talk. Gender. If we had to pick a gender, I never have been like, I want this gender or that, and I'm still not. One part of me is like, I want Mary Marin to have a sister because I have a sister super close in age, and I love it, but also I'm like, I want a boy, you know, we've experienced a girl, also want a boy, but also really want Mary Marin to have a sister, but I also want her to have a brother, so I'm like, so 50-50. That's why I'm like, I do not care at all. Okay, this is gonna ruin my whole makeup look, but that's just what they're gonna have to look like because I'm out. I'm gonna use this Benefit Brow Setter. Love this stuff. This is like a must. It'll hold your eyebrows in place. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and do lips. I always do it after my eyebrows. I'm all over the place with my lip liners. I'll use Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk, but NYX actually has really good lip liners and they're really cheap, so recommend. This is the shade Nude Pink, and I've been liking this one lately. I love like a pink lip. And then for lipstick, I've been using the Charlotte Tilbury. It's in shade Kim KW. It's like this light pink. Pretty. And then I'm using the e.l.f. lip oil. I didn't realize how many e.l.f. products I have, but they're good. And this just gives it a gloss. Okay, what I'm worst at is eyeshadow, but if I do any, I use this by Tarte. It's got just these really pretty colors. These are like the color scheme I like for eyes. But just on the daily, if I want just like a little coverage on my eyelids, I'll just use like these two colors out here and then like a lighter color in here. I just kind of go with what my heart tells me to. But I honestly don't even think it makes too much of a difference. It just gives them a little something. But a lot of the times I don't even do that because it really doesn't make that much of a difference. Okay, then for eyeliner on my eyelid, I use the Super Slim by L'Oreal. I'm just gonna do this really quick. I literally just do it right on top of my lid. I don't do like a wing really or anything. Okay, so there's that. I love it because it's super slim. Okay, and then I say this in every makeup video. I put black eyeliner on my waterline, so you have to get like a pencil. I use any brand. Like anytime I go to the drugstore and I just pick out whatever. I feel like it always ends up being Maybelline or L'Oreal. I use this little thing so I don't mess up my makeup to pull down, and I just put it right there. I do this before mascara just so I don't mess it up. And I'll put it in here too. Okay, I kind of messed that one up, but it's okay. Okay, before I do mascara, I'll use the Charlotte Tilbury setting spray. This stuff's really good. Love it. And I think the last step is mascara. Trying to think, did I miss anything? I don't know. So I'll use the Maybelline Lash Sensational and the L'Oreal Lash Paradise. I like both. This one's like more of a fluffy brush. This one's more like not fluffy. And so I kind of use both to kind of like brush through them when they get too chunky. And this one's actually good. The Lash Sensational, I like the shape of it for like the bottom lash. It's just easier rather than a huge fluff. And if you've ever seen me do makeup, I always start with my bottom lashes, or at least I try to, because if not, I end up getting like, long story, but my top eyelashes, the mascara will get on my eyelid and then it's just a mess. So anyways, okay, so since I'm on the final step, let's talk all things baby really fast. So yeah, I pretty much technically would have a baby right now, but if I'm being fully realistic, not this month, maybe like after summer's over, I feel like I would be really comfortable with it, just because right now we're going through like the 4-month sleep regression. And I know I'd be pregnant, so it's not like I have to worry about handling a newborn right now. I wouldn't have to do that until like next year. But when you're pregnant, you do go through like sickness and stuff, and that would be hard on top of like not getting much sleep right now and stuff, because I also have been dealing with mastitis for like the 100th time this past week, and that on top of like not sleeping is not fun. So realistically, I think we would start trying after summer. But again, it's kind of silly to like try when you haven't even started your cycle back. But you know, oh well, we can try. We can just hope for the best. So that's kind of all I have for that topic. But just know, like, the minute I can get pregnant, I'll probably choose to. I hope it's sooner than later, because we're already pretty much in April. So summer will be here before we know it, and then it'll be gone before we know it. Mary Marin will be 6 months in May. So if it's true what they say about the 6-month timeline, it might work out in my favor. End of summer type thing. But we know God has a perfect time for us to have another baby, so we're not like stressing about it or anything. We're so thankful for Mary Marin, and whatever the timing will be perfect. I'm just silly and, you know, love babies, so I'm always like, right now. But when it's meant to happen, it'll happen. Okay, and by the way, I used the Lash Sensational on the bottom and the Lash Paradise on the top. I'm gonna wait for it to kind of like dry, and then I'm gonna do another coat. I always have a Q-tip on hand to clean up my eyelids. This is also why I'm like, I can't do eyeshadow, because I would wipe it all off. Okay, and I am done. I did another coat of mascara, and this is it. Again, my eyebrows look really bad because I ran out of my pencil. But this is my look. Hope you guys liked it. Hope you guys liked the baby talk. That's just kind of like a realistic timeline, where we're at, our thoughts on it. So yeah, if you guys have any more questions, let me know. I'm gonna put a link in the description with all my makeup products so you guys can check them out. Yeah, thank you guys for watching, and let us know what you want to see next on our channel, and we will make sure to film it for you. Love you guys.